Indonesia Archipelago is located in Southeast Asia in a strategic maritime route. The name Indonesia, derived from Greek, means the Indian islands, maybe due to its influence by Indian culture and religion. Hindu influences reached Indonesia as early as the 1st century CE. There are two major theories for the arrival of Hinduism in Indonesia. The first theory is that Hinduism could have been brought by South Indian sea traders, and the second being that Indonesian royalty welcomed Indian religion and culture. It is these royalty who first adopted these spiritual ideas, followed by the masses. Balinese literature suggests that Hinduism was brought by Maharshi Markandeya. Hinduism flourished for more than 1,000 years until the arrival of Sunni and Sufi Muslim traders from India, Oman, and Yemen. This resulted in a mass religious conversion. Thanks to the emergence of sultanates, Islam became the state religion by 1600 CE. From the 4th to the 15th century, Java had many Hindu kingdoms such as Dharmanagara, Kalinga, Medang, Kediri, Sunda, Singhasari, and Majapahit. This era is popularly known as the Javanese Classical Era, during which Hindu-Buddhist literature, art and architecture flourished and were incorporated into local culture under royal patronage. During this time, many Hindu temples were built, including 9th century Prambanan near Yogyakarta and a Buddhist stupa at Borobudur, both declared UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Among these Hindu kingdoms, Majapahit Kingdom was the largest and the last significant Hindu kingdom in Indonesian history. Prambanan, the Hindu temple complex dedicated to Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, the trinity of Hindu gods, the creator, the protector, and the destroyer of evil, respectively. It is located approximately 17 kilometers northeast of the city of Yogyakarta. The temple was built in 850 CE by Rakai Pigatu, a Sanjaya king, and later was expanded by King Lokapala and Balitim Mahasham of the Mataram kingdom. The Prambanan temple marks the return of the Hindu Sanjaya dynasty to power in central Java after almost a century of Buddhist Sailendra dynasty domination. It is one of the largest Hindu temple complexes in Southeast Asia. Its architecture is characterized by its tall and pointed spires. It follows the typical Hindu architecture tradition based on Vastu Shastra. It exhibits a number of similarities with South Indian architecture. The Chora school of art spread to Southeast Asia and influenced the art and architecture of this region during the reign of King Rajaraja Chola I. The relation between Srivijaya and Chola dynasty of southern India was very friendly during the reign of Rajaraja Chola I. According to the Shivagriha inscription of 856 CE, the temple was built to honor Lord Shiva. It was originally called Shivagriha or Shivalaya, which means the realm of Shiva. A public water project to change the course of a river near Shivagriha temple was undertaken during the construction. The temple compound was expanded by successive Mataram kings such as Daksha and Tulodok, with the addition of hundreds of Terwara temples around the chief temple. The vast walled temple complex consists of 240 structures. Shivagriha Trimurti temple was the tallest and the grandest of its time, with a towering 47-meter-high central building. Prambanan served as a royal temple of the kingdom of Mataram, with most of the state's religious ceremonies and sacrifices being conducted there. At the height of the kingdom, scholars estimate that hundreds of Brahmins with their disciples lived within the outer wall of the temple compound. The urban center and the court of Mataram were located nearby, somewhere in the Prambanan plain. The Shiva temple is encircled with galleries adorned with bas reliefs telling the story of Ramayana, carved on inner walls of the balustrades. The Shiva shrine is located at the center and contains 5 chambers, 4 small chambers in every cardinal direction, and one bigger main chamber in the central part of the temple. A 3-meter high statue is located in the main chamber. It bears the attributes of Shiva, such as skull, crescent at his crown, and third eye on the forehead. It also has 4 hands that hold Shiva's symbols, prayer beads, feather duster, and Trishula, the trident. The other 3 smaller chambers contain statues of Hindu gods related to Shiva, his consort Durga, the Rishi Agastya, and Ganesha, his son. During the restoration, a well which contained a stone casket was discovered under the center of the Shiva temple. It was found on top of a pile of charcoal, earth, and remains of burned animal bones. The stone casket contained sheets of copper, charcoal, ash, earth, coins, jewels, glass, pieces of gold and silver leaves, and seashells. The temple was designed to mimic Mount Meru, the abode of Hindu gods, and the home of Shiva. The whole temple complex is a model of the Hindu universe according to Hindu cosmology and the layers of Loka. Similar to Borobudur, Prambanan also recognizes the hierarchy of temple zones, spanned from the less holy to the holiest realms. Each Hindu and Buddhist concept has its own terms, but the concepts are essentially identical. The outer courtyard and the base of each temple symbolizes the realm of Bhurloka, the lower planet. The middle courtyard and the body of each temple symbolizes the realm of Bhuvarloka, the middle planet. The inner courtyard and the roof of each temple symbolizes the realm of Swarloka, the higher planet. The roof of Prambanan temples are adorned and crowned with Ratna, the shape of Vajra, the diamond. Apart from the main temples, there are small temples opposite to the Trimurtis, dedicated to their Vahans, namely Garuda for Vishnu, Nandi for Shiva, and Hamsa for Brahma. Various other small temples like Apid, Kelir, and Patok surround the main temples. A major earthquake in the 16th century devastated the temple complex. Although the temple ceased to be an important center of worship, the ruins scattered around the area were still recognizable and known to the local Javanese people in later times. In 1811, during the short-lived British occupation of the Dutch East Indies, Colin Mackenzie, a surveyor in the service of Sir Thomas Stamford Raffles, came upon the temples by chance. Although Sir Thomas subsequently commissioned a full survey of the ruins, they remained neglected for decades. Dutch residents carried off sculptures as garden ornaments, and native villagers used the foundation stones for construction material. Half-hearted excavations by archaeologists in the 1880s facilitated looting. The Dutch began reconstruction of the compound in 1918
and proper restoration only in 1930. The reconstruction of the main Shiva temple was completed around 1953 and inaugurated by then President Sukarno. The effort in full restoration was hampered as much of the original stonework has been stolen and reused at remote construction sites. Given the scale of the temple complex, the government decided to rebuild shrines only if at least 75% of the original masonry was available. Most of the smaller shrines are now visible only in their foundations, with no plans for the reconstruction. In the early 1990s, the government removed the market that had sprung up near the temple and redeveloped the surrounding villages and rice paddies as an archaeological park. The two major Hindu epics, Ramayana and Mahabharata, have greatly influenced the Indonesian culture. Java has been referenced in Ramayana as Yavatdvipa, when Vanara king Sugriva sent a faction of his troops here in search of Devi Sita. The Ramayana ballet is performed in traditional Javanese style in the Tribhuti open-air theatre located within the temple complex. Since the reconstruction of the main temples in 1990s, Prambanan has been reclaimed as an important religious center for Hindu rituals and ceremonies in Java. Balinese and Javanese Hindu communities in Yogyakarta and Central Java revived the practices of annually performing their sacred ceremonies in Prambanan, such as Galungan, Tawur Kesanga, and Naiti. On 9th to 12th November 2019, a grand Abhishekam sacred ceremony was performed in this temple compound. This Hindu ritual was held for the first time after 1163 years after the Prambanan temple was founded. The Abhishekam ceremony was meant to cleanse, sanctify, and purify the temple, thus signify that the temple is not merely an archaeological and tourism site, but also restored to its original function as a focus of Hindu religious activity.